You a successful entrepreneur or one in training? You've got the vision, but do you have the right partner to build your brand, your team, and your future online and off? At cprfirm.com, we offer expert consulting, financial guidance, and life coaching because we believe in doing life with our clients. After all, what is it for a man to gain the world and lose his soul? Founded by Callan Cash Coleman, we help our clients not only succeed, but plan to retire rich. Your business deserves the best. Start building your legacy today at cprfirm.com.
Finding the right real estate professional can be challenging. I'm broker Melissa Wilson. I'm knowledgeable in all aspects of the real estate process. So whether you're looking to buy new or an existing home or have a commercial need, I'm here to help.
Make sure you pick up my two books that's in Amazon right now. The first one is Passive-Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy. And I talk about in that particular book how the system of white supremacy really runs and on our daily lives here in America. In our latest book, 7 Steps to Decolonize the Mind, we go through those steps to try to deprogram you from the system of white supremacy. Make sure you can pick up those books on Amazon.com.
Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
At African Diaspora News Channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African diaspora one story at a time.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Oh, God. Again? Okay. All right. I didn't click it. I saw y'all. Oh, boy. I hate... You know, the only reason I silence this thing is because I didn't want a bunch of feedback from what I'm playing here. But I guess I'm going to have to silence this so y'all won't hear it. Okay. So thank you for the person saying something to me. All right. I'll edit it out once I'm done. I'll edit that part out. So basically what I was saying was so much about the date, as always, right? The date of the program. You know, I was speaking about the app as well, that what we're doing on the app is something that we won't do here. We had 2 news reports that Renelway made, for instance. I said, nope, that cannot go on YouTube. Certain things they make, I have to look at it, or even if they put it up, I say, no. We're going to follow YouTube's rules while we're here, okay? We're going to follow YouTube's rules. Any new shows, as I said before, we're creating is going to be on the app. Documentaries on the app. The Slay Queen show that we are wrapped up with, at least the first episode. We just waiting on the thumbnail and all of that trailer. They're gonna, that can run here on YouTube. In case you're interested in that, you can check out that show. We're doing different type of things. We're not doing the same old. So let me say something about that, about the same old. I like people, and of course we're gonna get to the main topic tonight, of course, but I like people who are open, people who are not in this one-track mind. Some people are so much in a one-track mind or just so addicted to trauma that gets on my nerves. I'll be honest with you. And I'm one that want to do other things, like other shows, other type of things, type of content. And that's why I feel better about doing it on the app, because on YouTube, it's literally sometimes you just have it like a box. And if you don't give you this box of stuff, you don't want to watch it. And that's fine. You want to watch this box, I'll give you a box. But on the app, I'm not going to give you a box. I'm not. I'm going to try to give you different things to see, right? Because then sometimes people are like, okay, yeah, I get it. And they want to see different things. But we don't need the negative people coming around and, at least over there, it's more positive, at least from what I see in the responses of people. We have good conversations on the live, right? It's just great. Of course, on the lives on YouTube, because we have members, everybody's great there too. But unfortunately, the people who we wish wouldn't be around, they, the stalkers, haters, and weirdos, they're watching too. They're watching all the time. I don't know why. If I don't like somebody or whatever case may be, I don't watch their content. I don't even speak on them. I don't comment on their stuff. I don't email them. I don't do nothing. I mean, hey, they have their rights to say what they say. I mean, I like it. I do what I got to do, right? So I had one person, y'all, and I shared this, got mad at me because on our app it's subscription based, telling me that I should be giving it for free. I'm like, you don't go tell New York Times to give nothing for free. Because if you go on their website right now, the New York Times, you got to pay for it. If you're watching CNN, you're paying a cable bill to see CNN. That's not free. Or MSNBC or whatever else you like, whether you like Fox, whatever. You got to pay for those services, period. But when a black person say, hey, let's do something on our own or whatever, then it's a problem. You should give it free. Listen, we're not slaves no more. We don't do things just for free for everybody. Even when somebody doing something for free, it's still a cost to somebody. So if, and that kind of person that talk like that, I don't want you on our app. Please don't come there. We don't want you there. We don't need you there. I don't even want you here. Be honest with you. Go somewhere else and you can go with that attitude over there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's that. Because like I said, and I'm telling y'all, 95% of the people I've met or had interactions with online or even in real life have been great people. I tell everybody that 95%, but it's just that 5%. It's just that 5%, y'all, that is need mental health assistance, need counseling. Some people need to be admitted, literally. And that's what ruins it, I feel, for the majority, is that 5%, is them. And America got to do a better job at addressing mental health issues and get these people where they need to be. Because some of these people don't even need access to the internet the way they act, some of them, right? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so if you want to join the app, we definitely want to get 10 people per stream to join the app, whether it's monthly, quarterly, or yearly. Of course, yearly is better. If you want to do lifetime, we have lifetime now. And I mentioned, of course, Black History Month, we'll have a 20% off on all annual memberships starting February the 1st, Black History Month. We'll put a graphic up for that. So just want to just kind of toss y'all a little bit, right? But let me see what the time is. I know I missed some things. So let's go ahead on and we're going to kind of skip what I normally do. Let's go ahead and get started because we kind of had a little hole, right? What y'all say? Yeah, well, you know what? Lisa Parker. Yeah, Lisa, it's not people like you. When I first started this thing, Lisa, I really wanted to be more connected with the people, in real life, real time. But as this thing grew, I got a wake up call where I can't do that. And what's the sad part, Lisa? Young people is not my problem. They've never been. I would say it's been people sometime probably either my age or older, sometime older, has caused more problems on trips, on a lot of things. And in my mind, I never understood that. You would think it would be maybe somebody younger because, they're not mature or whatever. But the younger people that I run into, the younger people that I work with, they just want to learn. And listen, if they immature, I get it because they're young. And you teach them some things, they learn through it, and it's beautiful. That's why I told y'all my focus is more so on Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z. That's my focus. I'm not focusing on no other generations but that. Now, of course, if you're outside that generation, you love what we do, beautiful. I meet a lot of y'all, wonderful, love it. I've shook a lot of y'all hand. I've talked to the husbands and wives. I've talked to some of your kids, y'all families together, beautiful, beautiful people. But I'm just saying our focus on where we have to go because some people, it's just, man, I tell you, and you can talk to any content creator who's been doing this for a while. they would tell some people I've known, like, oh man, I've seen some stories that happen to people. So I always tell people, if you really think you want these microphones, it's not for the faint of heart. I tell you that much. Yeah. Cynthia and everybody else. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's just, I'm just telling y'all a little bit what comes with this. And it's not just putting up a content or sitting in front of a camera. It's not that. It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that y'all don't know to produce this. So even with you see all the stuff that's coming, firing on all cylinders right now with all this content that's coming out constantly. It's a lot going on behind the scenes to make that happen. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said I am not producing anything outside of news reports on this YouTube. Is going to be all on that app because the people on the app deserve that. They deserve it. And since they're, have a subscription, they deserve to see things they wouldn't see on YouTube. So if you want to see everything that we produce, stuff that's not, for YouTube and stuff like that, check it out on the app. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started since I've been kind of talking for a while, right? So tonight we got some videos we want to catch up with y'all about. ICE has been ramping up some deportations. In the middle of this video, I want to also show y'all Selena Gomez, and I want to talk about Selena Gomez as well, a little extensively, with her, because she took the video down. She went to do. I'm pretty sure y'all saw it or not, but I'm gonna play this clip. I want y'all to see this. Newsmax. Now I got to talk about Newsmax. Newsmax, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to talk about y'all here later, too. But let's get to the first video here, and let's check it out.
Good morning, Tavares. Good morning, Olivia. Yeah, we've got a report of up to 40 migrants in 2 separate vans here. This is Old Cutler Road northbound here near Kendall Drive. We've got Coral Gables police on scene, and we're getting word that possibly 40 Chinese migrants have pretty much been pulled over in these vans. You can see through the trees here that the migrants are sitting down. Everything's pretty much under control. Everybody's being good. But once again, the 40 folks in 2 separate vans. Those vans must have been jam-packed right here in Coral Gables. I'm sure they're going to wait for a bigger vehicle to transport the migrants to wherever they've got to take them to. You can see this van is actually facing the wrong way on the road here, so I'm wondering if that was one of the reasons why they stood out. They also said that there is a separate scene. We're going to try to find out where that separate scene, and of course we're going to bring it to you first like we're bringing this to you.
Aquí al lado de mi casa, señores. La migración. Ay, Diosito. Ay, Diosito.
A warrant for what? All right, Daddy Trump, you want to take us out of here? Come do this thing. To your house. Look at your streets. Come get it.
No firme nada ni diga nada. No tienen culpa para pararle. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You guys probably have family from Mexico. You guys should be ashamed. You guys look nopales. How dare you guys? You guys are sad. This is sad. It's making me cry because that's happening in my own neighborhood. That's up. She's heading to work, and if they're taking her, and she has family over here, that's scandalous, bro.
Before that continues, she keeps saying you have Nopales, basically like a cactus. That's a statement they use, like basically you got a cactus on your forehead, basically you're Mexican, what are you doing? That's kind of like in a way calling them a raccoon, basically. That's basically what she's saying about how you're going to be picking up your own people. That's just kind of give you the translation of that.
I can't believe this shit's really happening. That's sad. You guys are scandalous, man. What is she doing? Heading to work? What is she bothering you guys? Is she doing something dangerous? How about you guys go get the prostitution off the street on hold? I've been here 39 years of my life and I've never seen this. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. May God have mercy on all your souls and your family souls. Because karma's up. You look nopales. You should be ashamed. Undercover cops, look at stopping people and taking them, asking them where they're from. What part of Mexico? Look at bastards. They don't have license plates, you guys. So if you guys see undercover cops with no plates, they're pulling over Mexicans.
This is my second construction site area I've been to, and there ain't nobody out doing shit. Foundations is poured and all that. Nobody working. See two of the trucks down there, but I think they're supervisors. Maybe they're trying to verify and see if ICE is going to come out or what. I don't know what's going on, but I ain't never seen it this quiet before. This is crazy.
Now, before I want to make sure I remember say something. Now, FBAs, I'm gonna say this before I continue. There's a lot of jobs gonna be open. Okay, so we talking about some of this, but people car gonna be pulled because it's like, okay, now these jobs gonna be opening up. You go get them, or all these jobs gonna still be open.
Say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. They don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.
And I don't give a fuck what your guys' opinions are. Do you know that I have paralysis in both my legs? I got blown up for this country fighting in a war for the United States of America. My patch on my arm had an American flag. My shit said U.S. Army. Do you see anybody giving me anything? No, I had to give up my whole life and I still have to try to fight to survive. So everyone that acts like, oh, veterans are supposed to be, as a disabled veteran, somebody who served in actual combat and specialized units, I personally do not give up that you're getting kicked out this country. You know that some of my friends that got their papers through DACA and all that, do you know that they put 4 years in the Army to get their green cards? While you guys are sitting here crying at the border, what have you done? What have you actually done? There's Mexicans who waited 10 plus years to get their citizenship. And you expect us to feel bad for you? No, man, get out. Honestly, get out. I can't wait till y'all are gone.
All right, guys, give me a quick second. I don't know why my child is calling me. Give me a quick second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. Fatherhood always awaits. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my little girl is funny sometimes. All right, so let's talk about what we just saw. If we want to go back to Selena Gomez, right? Let's and what she had to say. I want to home in on her first. Selena, they say what you buy worth $1 billion now, give or take. You can help the people of your community by either creating an organization or putting money into organizations that help them get lawyers and things like that. You have money to help them. Why are you crying now? Why weren't you helping them before? That's just a question I had. Why weren't you helping them before? Why is everybody crying now? Now, the guy at the end, he said that, he said he's Mexican, right? The guy at the end, he served in the U.S. military. You clearly heard him say that he had people that he knew had DACA. They got into the U.S. military, did 4 years in U.S. military. When they got out, they got their green card, okay? Some of them got their citizenship. So basically, they took care of their paperwork, and they don't have to worry about Trump doing nothing to them because they actually figured out a way to do the paperwork. If I was in that situation, let's say me, and I'm like, I want to stay in the United States, I'm like, hey, bro, what I need to do? Because I ain't trying to go back over there. So whatever I need to do is say, oh, man, when you go do 4 years in the military, then we go ahead and give it to you on the way if you want to come out. All right, bet. So go ahead and sign me up. Let me do this 4 years real quick, and let me get this green card. Because I ain't about to be out here riding dirty. See, everybody was all cool until a Trump figure come in. And because Trump did this, you think others not going to do this? And every president has deported people. You know, Barack Obama deported 3.2 million people during his time in office. George Bush had deported 2 million people his time in office. Clinton deported about 870,000. Trump actually only deported 1 million in his 4 years that he was in office. You know what I'm saying? So Barack Obama had deported more people than George Bush that was for his 8 years versus Barack Obama. And we played that video last night, what Obama had to say. That's why they were calling him the deporter in chief, because he deported that many people. Now, did Obama do it like Trump? Well, he just really just gangster with it? No, he didn't do that. Not whatsoever. The other video, everybody waving, protesting. This was in Dallas, actually, that protest video. And everybody's waving foreign flags. Now, this is how, I was just telling you how a lot of, I'm not going to say the rest of Latin America, but they just say Mexico or Mexicans in particular, because, from Texas all the way to California was Mexico, right? A lot of people feel that they still have connection to this part from Texas all the way to California. A lot of them feel that this is still their land and they lost it with colonization and all the things that happened with that. So that's why you see some of them in Texas and feel that's the way they feel. Like I said, I'm not saying what's right, wrong, and different. Reality speaking, this land isn't a European man's land. We've got to talk about history. This is not a white man's land. The white man's land is in Europe. The white man's area is the Caucasus Mountains of Europe, okay? That's the truth. I won't argue that. I won't argue that whatsoever, but that's the truth. You ask most white folks, they know exactly where they come from. They are immigrants. Every last one of them are immigrants. All of them. They came over here to get free stuff. They did. Off of the backs of my ancestors. They came from the slums of Europe and came to get all this freebies off of my ancestors' back. This is documented history that I'm discussing, okay? So now you fast forward to today, and if you think about the problem, because let's talk truth. Think about the problem. The reason why they have this immigration issue is because of the laziness of the folks. Now you say, what you mean the laziness? I'll tell you. Let's go back to us, slavery. Let's go back to slavery. Slavery, they had us enslaved, y'all, 250 some odd years because they did not want to do their own work. They were lazy. They could have picked their own cotton. They could have did their own tobacco. They could have built their own houses. They could have cooked their own food. They could have did everything on their own. They were so lazy that they had black women, enslaved black women, being wet nurses, basically having black women breastfeeding their own children. How lazy can you be that you got another woman breastfeeding your children? That is the most trifling, lazy thing I ever seen in my life. I don't know no other group of women that will pull a stunt like that. So when you fast forward after we got out the plantation, they still try to keep us enslaved and want to put us in a convict leasing. Slavery 2.0. And you would go to jail just for standing there. You go to jail for not having a job. Well, you just been released from slavery, dog. Give you a chance to try to do something, right? Anything they could to put you back in slavery, and documented history shows that convict leasing was more brutal than actual slavery. So once again, laziness and not want to pay proper for labor. The history of this country is they don't want to pay for labor. They don't. They got free labor from our ancestors. Then they did it again with convict leasing. Then they did it again, go to sharecropping, finessing black people. You can live on the land, you can do this, but you got to pay me all this. And by the time it's time to pay black people, they end up owing the folks. So now you basically in de facto slavery again, slavery 3.0, sharecropping. Then when black folks say, man, enough of that, we getting off of that, we got to do our own thing, right? Then you think about it. After the civil rights movement, study the immigration that come into America, especially from Latin America, India, all these different countries. After the immigration bill, and after we basically stopped doing their jobs, black women stopped working in their homes, black men stopped doing a lot of work for them, or whatever. Right after that, you start seeing the increase of immigrants first coming from Mexico. Then you have some Asians, but all the Latin American people more so because they connected here. That's why you say, oh, well, they got so many Latino. Well, yeah, Latin America's connected here. You can't compare Africans we're way over there or Caribbeans. Maybe some of them will come a lot faster because they're closer, but the most people that's going to come is people from Latin America. I mean, it just makes sense. Like, coming from Asia, okay, well, it's still a body of water there, right? So it's going to be more people from Latin America. At the same time, they brought them people over here, right? Off of the laws and things that we fought for, right? They brought them here, and what they do, they put them to work and wasn't paying them nothing. On their farms, they still doing it to this day. They're different plantations, they're companies, they're whatever. Because we wouldn't work for free no more. FBAs, we wouldn't work for free no more. We say, hell no, if you pay me. That's what FBA said. They say, no, we're not paying you. We're going to pay these immigrants here. And this is another thing. Now, I want to say this to Tom Homan and Trump. I'm going to say this to both of y'all. The mass deportations, okay, some of these people, they definitely need to go. Criminals and all that, I'm with you. I'm clapping. But I want to see ICE arresting these business owners. You know it's illegal to knowingly hire illegal immigrants, right? You know that's illegal? You know you can go to jail for that? You understand? You can go to jail for hiring illegal immigrants. So all these Fortune 500 companies, these CEOs, these farmers, all these people that have illegal immigrants working for them, why? I need to see them picked up too. Because these people got jobs. A lot of them got jobs and they're working for the folks. They're not working for Hispanics. They're working for the folks. And to go after the immigrant and not after the business owners who's hiring them, you're creating a problem. Put it like this. That's like in the world of drugs. That's like arresting the drug addicts and leaving the dealers on the corner. Now, they want to get the drug dealer because the drug dealer is dealing the drugs. So the deal is, if you remove the dealer, then he's not out there giving the drugs to all these different people, attracting people to get more drugs because you have a dealer doing this. So the same analogy, if you have a company who's hiring the illegal immigrants, they enticing them to come to this country illegally because they know they can get these jobs. Then why aren't you arresting these white business owners with these big companies that's hiring them? See, that's the whole thread with this deportation thing that they're not talking about. And questions need to be asked to the press secretary and everybody else. But you notice the media never asked that? The white media never asked that question. Well, why are these business owners being arrested for hiring them? They're going to keep coming as long as they can keep getting a job. And you're going to be playing a game of cat and mouse. Okay, they come in, you deport them. Some of them said, yeah, I got deported, but I'm going to come right back. Some of them said it. They coming right back. And they got to get me again. Why? Because you're enticing them to come because they can have a job. You need to arrest the owners. Arrest the owner. Hold on. Let me pull something up real quick so y'all can listen to this. Give me a quick second. hold on. Let me see. Okay. Let me click this real quick. Let's see if this give me what I need. Give me a second, just so y'all can kind of hearing this. All right. I think I covered this before. I would play it all, but now they said the first offense is civil. Is civil fines, typical range in the low of thousands of dollars. Okay, so you can get a civil. If you caught twice, the fines increase to tens of thousands of dollars, and if multiple workers involved. The third time you caught, fines go higher, exceeding $20,000 per violation. They talking about if you got an I-9 violation. They're talking about the employer did not knowingly hire an authorized worker, failure to properly complete or retain that form I-9 can result in separate civil ranging from a few hundred to several thousand. So you get a big fat penalty with civilly. These business owners not getting no penalties because that would make news. Now on the criminal side, they say larger fines, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars, in extreme cases jail time for corporate officers or owners who knowingly engage in fraudulent hiring practices. Now they talking about they can take your business license, they can disqualify you from government contracts. They said immigration enforcement actions and fines can become public, hurting the company's reputation. So basically, they don't supposed to be hiring people. So when somebody say, "Oh, I'm gonna call ICE" or whatever the case may be, if ICE goes to a job site and they pick up a bunch of illegal immigrants, they need to be picking up they say, "Hey, who hired them? I want to see their paperwork." Because all these people right here that we got, all 30 of them, none of them got even a green card. So who hired them? I want to see all their paperwork, who hired them. And whoever's hiring them, I want to talk to them and the owner, everybody getting pulled in. But I want you to notice, and this is the lane that you could use if you really want to get at Trump, is that lane. I better start seeing these white people being arrested. Now, I will say this much. Don't just start going after the owner of the taqueria that hired them, because that's what they'll pull too. They'll get the owner of the taqueria, but not about them good white folks that hired them. That's the stuff I'm talking about, because I'm all about being fair. You can't just go after the immigrants and not go after these white folk, because I'm so sick and tired of them skating by and being above the law. They always talking about everybody else being above the law, but they are being above the law because they're not getting arrested. Because I promise you, if a bunch of us FBAs was hiring illegal immigrants, let's say, "Hey, oh man, shoot, okay, well shoot, there's a bunch of people from Mexico. Hey man, come work." And I know all of them is illegal. I know this. Do you think that they wouldn't jam me up? If I hired, okay, even if they from the Caribbean, even if they from China, they illegal, wherever they come from. Do you think they would let me make it if I had about 30 illegal immigrants working for me? And I knew they were illegal? I knew? Come on now. I'll be getting hooked up and they'll be making a public spectacle out of me. And I'll be getting fed time. But these good white folks over here, they can go hire all the illegal immigrants they want. ICE can come raid their spot. And they can have no workers. And then they'll come back and have more workers a few days later. But the white folks on the farm not going to jail. That's the part of the deportation argument that got to be had. Them white folks need to go to jail too, not just them getting deported. Yeah, I heard about that. Some of the landlords are getting deported by ICE. I understand that. But I'm talking about these jobs who's hiring like all these companies. Like, listen, like the brother in the video that played earlier. Let me see if I can cue that back up. Let me see if I can get that video queued back up. Give me a second.
Good morning, Tavares. Good morning, Olivia.
Yeah, here you had the 40 Chinese. That's not what I want to get to. Give me a second.
What is she bothering?
Not that one. This one right here, right? This video. Okay. So on this video, all these home builders who are companies, have nothing but people working for them who aren't legal, and they gone. If you hired people who are legal, they would be at work today. So if that's the case, then the people who hired them, they need to go to jail too. That's the stuff I'm talking about, right? So you just got to be fair. Now, on top of that, Tom Homan and the press secretary and all that, I want you to hear what they said as of recently. Then we'll get to Newsmax here. Because the Newsmax thing I really want to talk about.
We're going to take a lot of hate. We're going to be sued every day, numerous times. I think you're going to see the left try to control the media. They're going to show the first crying female, first crying child, and say how inhumane we are. But they won't talk about 340,000 children that they've failed to take care of. They're not going to talk about the young women who have been murdered in this country at the hands of criminal cartels. We're not going to talk about the hundreds of angel moms and dads who buried their children. You want to talk about family separation? They buried their children because their children were killed by a member of a criminal cartel or someone that's not supposed to be here. They'll tell one side of the story. They'll try to vilify us, but they're not going to stop us from doing our job. I don't care what the media says about me. If they saw what I saw in 34 years, saw the tragedies I've dealt with in 34 years, they will certainly understand me. They may not still like me, but there's a reason why we do what we do. Yeah. I'm tired of women making that journey. I'm tired of dead children. I'm tired of women and children being sex trafficked. On this administration, sex trafficking is up 600% of women and children. We have a record number of people on the terrorist watch list being arrested. Historic record, 3,500% increase. Record number of Americans dying of fentanyl. We got a record number of cartel members that have entered this country. You know, the criminal cartels in Mexico making more money than they've ever made in smuggling aliens, trafficking in women and children, and moving dope. So hate all you want. Push the misinformation out all you want. We're not going to slow down. We're not going to go away. We're going to get this done.
On immigration, of the 3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office, can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
Are you treating migrants humanely?
Yes.
But there's been reports of them on planes with no water,
That was a bunch of
complaining.
crap. That was a bunch of crap.
What do you mean a bunch of crap?
ICE detention facilities have the highest detention standards in the industry. Any of the ICE standards, our detention standards are higher than any state or federal or local facility in the nation, in the world. Someone should go to the ICE website, look at PBNDS 11, performance-based detention standards, and look at our detention standards, highest in industry.
But are you sure you're only getting illegal criminal migrants? I mean, there were some pictures over the weekend of people that claim to be students, Brazilian students, who were showing examples of bruises on their arms from American deportation flights.
That's ridiculous, but if they want to make a complaint, it'll be investigated.
But your assurance is what?
The men and women at ICE are professionals. We do this for a living. And I can tell you, I ran ICE for years. I was the first director of ICE came up through the ranks. Again, these men and women are professional, highest detention standards in the industry. We take care of these people. But we're going to enforce the law, and we're not going to apologize for doing it.
And you're going to do it in a sort of public way with, do you need to use the big military planes? Is that part of a sort of shock and awe tactic? No. They haven't been used before, have they, for migrants?
No, we got President Trump. We're going to use all the government to secure our border, which is the biggest national security vulnerability this country's ever seen. And we're going to enforce laws in this country. It's not okay to enter this country illegally. It's a crime. And when you cause a crisis as big as the Biden administration caused, when you overwhelm the Border Patrol, but they can't do their national security job, that's when the fentanyl come across, kill 250,000 Americans. That's when you have a 600% increase in sex trafficking. That's when you have a record number of no-inspected terrorists coming across an open border. President Trump's going to secure the border as promised to the American people. We're going to enforce immigration laws. That's what we're going to do, without apology. We're on board. We're going to go forward. You're going to see it get a hell of a lot bigger in the near future.
Yeah, now, some people may feel that's harsh, what they were saying about that everybody, that's illegal is, committed a crime. But reality speaking, and I've talked about this. Every country I've ever been to, I had to go to immigration. I couldn't just go around their immigration at the airport. I couldn't say, I ain't got to show you my visa. I ain't got to show you my passport. Peace out. I'm going to do what I got to do. No, that's not the way that works. Let me try to cross that threshold with them not stamping my passport and saying I'm good. Watch what's going to happen. They're going to hook me up. They're going to put me in handcuffs and say, hey, this American dude just trying to break into the country. What the hell? And it's not going to be comfortable for me when they put me in jail for that. Like, it's not comfortable. When you break any kind of law in any country, it don't matter what country it is, it's not a 5-star experience. You're not going to the Ritz-Carlton. You're not going to the Marriott somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You're going to jail. Or when they transport you in the situation with deportations, it's not going to be, Delta 1. Where you laid back and you so comfortable and you having people come and ask you, hey, you want a nice towel to wash your hands with? And, here's the menu. And people acting like that's Delta 1. Or many of you have done first class before, business class before. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, it's a comfortable ride. You can lay all the way back. You can sleep. I remember my little girl, I tell people all the time about that, boy, my little girl is not going to be nice when she get grown because she didn't have certain experiences. And, but I think that's good. For the first time, I think we had went to Turkey and, they had a deal, at the counter with business class. So I say, well, shoot, let's get it. Well, my little girl, she was hooked after that. Like, Daddy, can we do business class? I said, no. Daddy got a deal at the counter. We ride the good thing because just a little tip, you can save money on upgrading seats if you go do it at the counter. If you do it online, you'll spend more money. So remember the counter. So it's not going to be business class. It's not going to be Delta 1 or anything like that. You're going back to your homeland. Now, let me get to Newsmax. Let me talk about them for a minute. Now, this is to me really disrespectful. But I have to holler at them a little bit. Let me play this.
No tacos, no enchiladas, none of that for you.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to do? Will you come take it out of my ham? I'm going to eat half this plate during the break. Maybe I'll call the ICE hotline. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Sure. All kidding aside, it was actually really good taco. These people broke the law. They broke the law to get here. And once they were here, they broke the law again. It was just serious crimes, folks. These are not like shoplifting. That's why they got to go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this dude here just straight eating a taco and saying like, "What you gonna do? Gonna take it out of my hand?" Like, well, that's some cold work right there. That is some cold work, boy. But see, listen. A lot of people are, like they say FAFO. That's what's happening right now. For years, we told people, them folks don't like you. Them folks have no respect for you. And look at what the dude doing. They eating your food because who's really trying to eat his cultural food? Eating your food, disrespecting you, got a whole plate of the food that you eat, right? On his thing and talking about calling ice on you. Boy, that's some cold work, boy. Ooh, that's some cold work. But see, and you ain't seen no black people do that. See, black people may say what they say, but they not trying to be disrespectful with it. Look, Joy Reid isn't doing it. Of course, we don't expect her to do it. But you ain't even seen nobody on the internet that's black doing that crap. I mean, this dude did this on Newsmax, on TV, being disrespectful to y'all. So I'm just saying, them folks not your friends, and you find out the hard way, right? I just saw this story. Hopefully I may cover it tomorrow. What tomorrow is? Tomorrow's Wednesday. One dude voted for Trump, and he was legal, but his wife wasn't. Doggone, his wife got picked up by ICE. Now you imagine that. Why in the world would you be voting for Trump and your wife is illegal? And he said that he was going to pick up people like your wife? Like, bruh, like really? But hey, they voted for Trump. This is the result of that. I'm not saying to defend Kamala because I'm not. But I'm just saying, just common sense would say, if Trump was specifically coming after FBA, and he said that he was going to do this and that and the third directly to us, do you really think that we would have been voting for him like that? No. We're like, oh, hell no. Everybody would have got off the couch to make sure that dude didn't get in, right? But this is what happens when you believe the hype that you're white. Now, some of you may say, well, I don't care about that's them. I'm like, no. We got to talk about that, because I love to see when FBAs are right. I love to see when we tell people, and then now we kind of like, hey, man, I hope that works out for you. I don't advocate harm to nobody. I really don't. But we tried to tell you, man. We tried. And, repeating some of the talking points of the folks. I'm not saying all did it. I'm not saying all, because I don't need no emails. But those who were, delineating, right? When black folks wasn't trying to delineate from nobody that had some sort of melanin to them. They wasn't. Black folks wanted to work with Asians, Hispanics, Arabs, everybody, right? Africans, Caribbeans. Black folks wanted to work with everybody. Say, hey, let's unify, let's join together. It's more of us here than them. Man, we could, get in there politically. We could run the yard. We can do this. We can do that. No, because everybody else wanted to get in good with the folks. That's what they wanted. And we told them, look, it's not going to work, because some of us tried it. And some of us was the biggest shucking and jiving, boot licking shine. And guess what? We found out the hard way, some of us, that no matter how much you bootlick, they don't like you. Matter of fact, when you bootlick, they don't like you even more. When you actually stand on business and stand on your square, they actually got respect for you, the folks. They actually respect you. They do. Because they say, you know what? I don't like him, but I respect him. They don't respect that. And you start getting in with them, joining their little hate groups and whatever, you ain't good. Rubber meets the road. They only like themselves. I told any of you this. They may like you when you're parroting their talking points, so you can be the little non-white cover to say things to black people or whoever, but they have no use for you. No use. And they really being and like I said, look, I'm sitting back, I'm like, And yeah, I'm gonna cover this stuff, because I like seeing when we just what we say, we are the prophets of America. We are the voice of America. We are the voice of reason. And once again, we told you, look, I saw another video, maybe I can show you tomorrow. They had a brother with ICE. That brother was taking care of business with ICE. I said, man, I ain't seen too many brothers with ICE, but in Florida they had a brother with ICE for sure. So yeah, brothers are working with ICE. But yeah, that's right. You don't want to be liked, but you want to respect. Listen, respect is everything. You ain't got to like. I'm a firm believer that you don't have to like me, but you respect me. I'm telling you. Even the white supremacists will respect you. They're like, you know what? I respect you. When you stand on business, stand in your square. They don't respect you. They ain't got no choice but to. The white supremacists don't respect weakness. They don't respect bootlicking. It don't matter where it comes from, what community it comes from. They don't respect that. They don't. See, like, look at the Chinese over there in China. Man, they not bootlicking with them. They not. And every time you look up, the Chinese is challenging them now. Big time. Like, did y'all hear about, I don't know if y'all into the AI stuff. I am. Of course you got ChatGPT. But did you hear about the new Chinese AI DeepSeek? And oh boy, they dropped that, and it was a fraction of the cost, and it's free, and it runs at the level of the paid ChatGPT. You got to pay $200 a month or $20 a month. It runs at that level. And if you use the Deep Think R1, when you ask it a question, it literally shows in real time how it's thinking. It's telling you it's like literally having a conversation with itself in real time. I'm like, whoa, that's interesting. Look at that. So I'm looking at all that and whatever, and a lot of Americans have downloaded it. The U.S. military already and blocked them from using deep. Every time the freaking Chinese come out with something, y'all, I'm gonna block it. Like, bruh, y'all are losing. You're not the smartest guy in the room no more, right? That's what it's looking like. You're not the smartest guy. Look at the Chinese, and then see what the Chinese do. The Chinese are great at this. You can come out with it first if you want to. That's fine. But what the Chinese do, they'll look at it and say, okay, we are innovative. We didn't come out with that phone, but we'll innovate that phone. We didn't come out with that car, but we'll innovate that car. That's what they do. And when they innovate it, it's better than the message you got. Like, that's why they don't want the Chinese cars here. Man, I've been looking at all them Chinese cars. I say, bruh, like, I want a Chinese car. You got the Japanese car here. Why can't I have a Chinese car? You know what I'm saying? Like, they got some luxury on their vehicles. I'm like, man, our vehicles is trash. Yeah, that's what Eric. They can't compete, so they try to block. That's what they did to us. This their history. FBAs invent things. FBAs get above them. What they go do? Burn down Black Wall Street. Black person come out with a great business. What they go do? Put them on a tree, burn their business, whatever. Every time somebody in our community, but see, they can't do that to the Chinese. You understand? They can't go and burn down their stuff. They can't go do them that. You know, the Huawei phones. Have y'all looked at the Huawei phones and the stuff that Huawei phones do? Of course, they block us in America from having those phones, at least buying it here. You can't be bought and sold here. I guess you go get one from overseas if you travel. Man, they phones are way better than that Apple stuff. The features they got on them. And I'm like, why are we so behind in America? But that's how them folks get down. When they can't compete, they block. That's exactly what it is. I say, man, look, if I travel somewhere, I got to go get me one. I got to get me a Huawei phone because, man, them phones are so fly. Some of the stuff they do, man. Apple keep releasing the same phone and they don't give us no features. The same phone. They didn't got lazy. Ever since Steve Jobs died, they didn't got lazy. Very lazy. Yeah, yeah. Jane, you mentioned about them in China living better than us. Yeah, go on that Red Note app. You'll see it. You see how they living. Go look at some of these cities. Of course, they got poor people in every country you go to. So they got the poor. Listen, the Bible teach the poor will be with you always, okay? But go look at some of these cities. I mean, this one video I saw out of Shanghai. I said, oh my God, I want to go see Shanghai. I mean, that was crazy. I said, our cities ain't looking like that. Like none of our cities. I'm like, I was just tripped out, you know? So, yeah. Kelly talking about the Japanese toilet. Yeah. It's just, yeah. So I always say, get your passport, ladies and gentlemen. Get your passport. Do some traveling. I think travel for our black children is great. We need more of our black children to travel so they can be more cultured because this world is a global world. These folks is not going to be dominating the world forever. Trust me. Because if the Chinese is constantly beating them in the tech war, you know, then they beating them other places too. They can only hide so much for so long, right? So that's why I want my black people to travel. Get your passport, travel wherever, go around different people, see how different people live, get an idea. Don't judge people based on the immigrants from this country. Actually go to their homeland and see how it is yourself. I always going to promote that with black people. It's definitely take your children. Please take your children to travel. That's going to really open up the minds of our children. Our children need to travel outside this country because maybe maybe they're geniuses, but they genius can't open up because they stuck in this freaking system that don't let them even think straight. So sometimes you get our children out this system, even for a week or two, they can see different things, get different ideas. You know, our children and our people need to be innovating again and being a genius. You know, we are genius people. And yes, we're great with entertainment. Yes, we're great with trends and all that stuff. But, you know, it's more to black people than trends and dancing. And no, we are genius level people. But this system try to keep us out of everything versus sometimes you may have to go somewhere else to unlock your genius. You say, have you seen the Chinese triple fold phone? It's pretty cool. Also, the Taiwanese currency. I'm a digital nomad. Oh, okay. Yeah, I seen that phone, that the one that you basically could squeeze the screen, like do this with your hand and then throw it to another phone, the other screen. I seen that. I like, man, that is crazy. It's crazy, But yeah, I seen it. I'm a tech person. I love technology on phones, AI. I love AI. I love everything about AI. I'm not that kind of brother that's like, I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Listen, some AI programs help me now to do what I do, right? And I'm going to embrace AI as much as possible. So count me in with AI. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the stream tonight. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the like button. It's both free. It's free. But make sure you join us on the African Diaspora News Channel app, because on Friday, that's when we do our live streams on Friday. Not on YouTube, but directly on the app. You got to be there. So download the app. Once you download it, hit create account and choose monthly, quarterly, yearly, or if you say I want to join lifetime, hey, be a lifetime member. We'd love to have you. But don't miss out on the content that we have over there, right? Don't miss out, because I don't want y'all to be like, man, I didn't know about y'all did this or that. I say, well, if you was on the app, you